for the past 20 minutes, and yeah, it showed me I was live, but okay, I wasn't. I don't think I was. So let me, there are a few videos. I just shared some videos, so I think I need to. Um, okay. Hi, how art thou, one person? Listen, I have been live and chatting with myself for the past 20 minutes or close to 20 minutes. Thought I was visible, but I don't think I was live. Um, so I'm going back in now on the website and delete some of the videos that I posted. So I'm not sure what just happened. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what just happened, but something wasn't happening. Let me just say that. Something wasn't happening. So, okay, there's another one. I gotta delete. I just shared two videos. Well, actually, it's the third one now. Um, wait. Okay. Let's see. All right. Hopefully I can see you. If you can see me, let me know. Y'all, I posted a question and everything on this video. I was talking. I went through the whole spiel and everything, and I'm wondering why I wasn't seeing anybody. And usually, even if it's somebody just popping in and looking, I see something. I wasn't seeing anything. Um, Hi, Alex. How are you? Uh, I'm trying to figure all this thing out. Okay, I guess I got to tell my story all over again. Hi, Brantley. How art thou? Thank you so much for letting me know you can see me and hear me. I'm great. I am great. Thank you so much for asking. How are you? See, I wasn't live because now it's 13 of you all in here. All right, so now I'm going to just have to take a few minutes and tell you all my story all over again. All right. Oh, well, whatever. Hi, Kinsley. Hi. How art thou? Hi, Ramen. How art thou? That's usually my catchphrase, y'all. How art thou? Give me just a second. I'll come back to my chair. I wanted to talk to you about my wearable muslin that I'm sewing up. I'm sure many of you have seen the Met Gala. Some of you may have seen the Met Gala. And I love the suit that Zendaya was wearing. How many of you seen the Met Gala? Okay. Hi, Catherine. How art thou? Hey, Sandra. How art thou? I am sewing, Brantley. I am making a two-piece vest and pants set. And hopefully I'll get to make a blue jean jacket, a solid jacket to go with it. So here's my story. In the Facebook group, I started working on a wearable muslin. Why it's wearable? Because it's not the actual, the goal is not this fabric, okay? The goal is I want to make two suits. I want to make one in white, a solid white suit, and then I want to make one in a green and with the polka dot blouse and everything, okay? So the wearable muslin is for me to test the fit and everything. So I thought I would test the fit in this fun denim patchwork fabric. So I created the vest, and you guys see me try this on. Created the vest, and I also created the pants. All right, so the pants are inside out, but I put the zipper in, the fly front zipper. I did all of that. I had to make the fit adjustments and all of that to it. Hey, Brandy, how art thou, Arsenal? How art thou? Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys don't mind, if you're peeping in, hit the like button if I sound sane. If you're not following and think you might be interested in following, just hit that like, hit the subscribe button and follow. All right, so listen, I just got a new mic because when I would come on before, you can see it here. When I would come on before, you couldn't hear well, like I was having mic issues. And then I had a little handheld mic, a mic I had to plug into my phone, but it was stationary, like I had to keep unplugging to move it. So I finally found one. So y'all let me know what the sound sounds like, if it sounds clear. So this one won't let me do questions. It only let me do a poll. All right. I'm just going to put sound. Is the sound good? Is the sound, quality of sound good? All right. Y'all let me know because I'm still trying to figure all of this sound stuff out. Y'all, and all right, there we go. All right, so y'all let me know. All right. All right, so this is what my goal was. How many of you seen the Zendaya suit from the Met Gala? If it didn't break the internet, it should have, okay? Because that's just how great it is in my eyes. All right, so my plan was to use the patterns and the fabric that I had in my stash. All right, so let me back up because some of you on here probably haven't been here before. Hey, Karen. I think I said hey, Karen. Some of you may not know me. My name is Alethea. I'm the creator and founder of So Much Talent. It's a social media networking community. But it's not just about sewing, it's crafting. It's just whatever you do in the crafting genre, you know, creating something. So Much Talent is a platform. Started off on on Facebook. You see me mostly on Instagram, but here I pop up here on YouTube, just posting videos. Most of the times I'm doing sew alongs or watch me sew. But So Much Talent is a community where we teach, we learn, we share. I love exposing other talents that's out there. So, and I love to communicate. So you'll hear me talking back and forth with you guys. So if that's not something that you like, if you like to just get straight to the content, I might not be the page for you. But if you like interaction, I love interactive commentary. So if that's not for you, then sorry. But thank you for visiting. But I do like to see new faces. So with that being said, I'm here today because I want to finish up working on my wearable muslin. My goal is to wear it Sunday. My goal is to make the jacket to go with it. So I would say 60% done because the only thing I have to do with the pants, I did all the fit adjustments. I did the markups. I did the all the fit issues that I normally have to do for myself. My fit issues, especially when it comes to pants, I usually have to do full butt adjustments, meaning like I have butt. Okay, yeah. So I have a sway back. I have to shorten the length in my tops or jackets. So usually I have to make crotch length adjustments. I have fairly long legs, so I have to lengthen my legs a little bit. But yeah, so yeah, there's quite a few adjustments there. But that's what I had to do. So I did all of that. But the last time I tried them on, I Had to taper in the legs a little bit more because I do like on these particular pair of pants, they look like they're bell bottoms or either boot cut. Mine wasn't quite that. They were not quite as fitted at the leg above the knee as I wanted them to be. Hey, Creative Notions, Miss Beverly, how art thou? Good afternoon. You at work? Okay, don't get in trouble while you're at work. I won't tell nobody if you don't. All right, so yeah, but this is the look of the pants that I'm doing now. And I did these to test them because they had the look that I wanted. But when I put them on, you can kind of see here they are not as tapered in the leg. I really like this look, but not as tight. I don't want it as fitted, okay? Just a little bit looser than that, but I do like the slender look above the knee, and I want to see that the pants are bailed out, okay? And the only reason my mock-up is not long is because I bought enough fabric out of the patchwork denim just for pants. And my goal was to make these. Okay, that was my goal. But my silly self, I cut out the vest first and forgot all about the amount of fabric that I had. I was just excited about cutting the suit out. And so I am going to have to make mine cropped like this, which is fine. It's fine. So I'm going to finish those up. I did the adjustments. I had to taper in the waist a little bit more. Tried those on. Those work fine. The vest appeared to be a little shorter than what I wanted to, but I think I'm going to leave the vest like it is. Let's show you. And I do have a little pooch, so I am going to have to wear something to minimize the look from going straight to my belly because it wasn't real cute. It wasn't cute at all. Nope. So this is a fitted vest. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear up under it. I may or may not wear anything up under it. But these strings all over the place. So, but that is the fit of the vest. So I may or may not wear anything up under this particular one. I'm not sure, especially if I do the jacket to wear over it. So as I was saying, I was going to use everything that I had in my stash to create this look. I wish I had a picture of it to show you what the Zendaya suit looked like. I may be able to show you here. But what I decided to do was to use this for the pants. And this was Vogue 2017. I decided to use this. This was the vest that was recommended by Simplicity for this look, to get the look. So this is the vest that I have on now. I was going to use this pattern for the jacket because it was the most tapered pattern, but I was going to do make it a single button version. So more work, right? But I'm used to creating more work for myself. And then I was going to use this for the blouse. Okay, so before I did the actual white suit that I wanted to do, I was going to use, I am still going to use this green, the solid green for the pants and the jacket and the vest. And this is going to be my blouse. Okay, so yes, a lot of greens going on, but that's me. All right, so the big dots was going to be the main part of the blouse. And then the polka dot, the smaller dots, was going to be that contrasting part down the placket. All right. So that was just for the green version. The white is going to be white on white. All right. So let me go ahead and take this off. So thank you for those that have voted. I appreciate you. All right. So for this, because I do want to go ahead and wear this, I did get some solid denim for the jacket, and we'll make that happen. But I went to Joann's and on one of my last visits, and I found this pattern. This was the actual pattern that Simplicity recommended to get the look. for the Zendaya suit. And so it's pretty much that way. The pants are just like the pants that I'm working on now, the boot cut. I love the fit. This is my style of pants right here. I love this fit. And there's a single breasted jacket, single button jacket. However, I will make sure that mine is a little bit more fitted, a little bit more tapered, like this, a little bit more, give that look that it had. So let me see, I'm going to put all this aside. Let me see if I can find that suit so I can show it to you. And y'all, I have a lot of stuff to catch up on to show you guys. I have a lot of like clips and videos and stuff for things that I've been working on and you haven't seen the end results yet. So I will be working on getting that done. So give me just a second and let me see if I can find this Zendaya suit. Y'all, it was so pretty. It was white on white. What really made it nice is that big wide hat. Okay. All right, so they showed everything but that. All right. Oh, here it is. Listen, y'all. This suit is everything. Let's see. Uh-oh, but it's not touchscreen. So, y'all see that? Listen, that suit is everything. Like, it's white on white. Her suit has patch pockets on it, which I'm fine with that because I'll create the patch pockets. But do you see the cut of the pants? Love the cut of the pants. But it's just the fact that the white on white with the tie, the vest. You can't really see the vest really good underneath it. Let's see. Let's see if I can go in here and I hope I'm okay by sharing this video. You don't need to see that. But hopefully, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. And thank you, Karen, for letting me know how the sound is. But listen, when she came strutting down that runway, like, to me, she took the whole show. She took the whole show. So, but anyway, that's the look that I'm going for, y'all. Every time I see that suit, I'm like, oh my goodness. It's so pretty. Okay, y'all, I'm trying to get back to the norm. All right, so I am going to take in the pants. I did my markups. I'm going to put the vest aside. And I had to taper the pants and the leg a little bit. So that's what I was getting ready to do when I realized that I was not live like I thought I was. So I don't know if you can see this. So I don't know if you can see that. But when I pinned it on me, that's how much I needed to take in on the outside seam. And then this is how much I needed to take in on the inside seam. So I'm going to do this one side first, and then I'm going to try it on really quick and see what it looks like and see if it's going to fit me like I want it. And then I'll go ahead and mark the other side. Then I'll hem it, do the waistband, make the waistband, and go from there. I'm just going to do a basting stitch because I just need to see what it's going to look like. That's a lot, but I really want it to bail out, you know. This was truly a patchwork piece of fabric. Because they literally sewed these denim pieces together like a real patchwork. All right, y'all. And I really need to check my tension on my stitches because it's like my upper tension, for whatever reason, is not working properly. I think I'm going to have my guy to come out and service it again. All right, I'm going to start from the bottom here and then work my way up. All right, let's see. This is the telling time. Oh, Sandra said I have to go back to work. I have subscribed. Thank you so much, Sandra. I appreciate you for subscribing. My new friend. All right. All right, so I'm going to go over here on the back side so you can't see me try these pants on. But I may flip it around so you can see. I just have a dress on. So I got to remember which side. So you should be able to see the difference. So hang on, give me just a second. And let me go over here and try these on. And slip these on really quick. And y'all, oh, Lord, I forget my window's open. Somebody was about to get an eyeful. Oh, geez. Can't be doing that. Get a neighbor something to talk about. All right, let me pull my table down. Do a quick peek into. All right. So I think they need to be pressed out too so you can really see it because the fabric is, because it is a patchwork denim, it's not flaring out like it needs to. Okay. I need to come in a little bit more in the inseam. And I think the back is a little bit too full. So I think I'm going to do what I mentioned earlier. Well, actually, you weren't on here earlier. I'm going to turn this around so you can see. All right. So this leg is the leg. I'm going to pull this over a little bit more. Paper. Woo. All right. I should have put on something different so I can make it easy for me to see. All right. So this leg is what I just tapered. So I see right in here, I'm going to have to take this in a little bit more here. And I'm going to have to true this up a little bit more here. So blend it in a little bit better than this. So let me pin that. So you all will be in my mirror right now. I probably should not have tested it with this patchwork denim because the seams on the patchwork denim are so thick because it is truly a patchwork, like they patch these pieces together. This fabric, this dress actually. I had to taper it back up to here. Okay, yeah. So, and then here, there's a little extra right here. But here in the back, there's a lot going on right here. And see, this is not bailing out like it needs to because that patchwork denim piece is so thick right in there. No, I know what it is. Hang on one second. I need to cut that excess out. So give me just a sec. Let you park you right there. Forgot because I had to, oop, if I take a deep cut out, I can do it. I need to mark this first. So I'm going to mark it first and then cut both sides down. And then taper it back in the way it needs to be. Okay. All right, so it was doing that because I had to take a deep seam in. So when you don't, it's almost like going around a curve. If you don't clip the curve, then it's not going to bend. It's not going to relax like it need to. So right in here, I need to taper this in a little. I need it to come in a little bit more up here. So let me bring this up a little bit more. Probably need to come up to about here. But this is what a wearable muslin is all about. You make all of your fit adjustments on this piece. Test it out to see what you need to do and make your adjustments from there. Okay. So I don't know if you can see here, and I can see why it just kind of bailed out because I stitched it in here like this. So of course it's not going to lay flat because I have all this extra seam that's not allowing it to bend. So I'm going to have to go in there and trim that up. But not only that, there was a deep curve in there. So apparently my hips aren't that wide, or either maybe I just lost that much. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go back in and taper it, bring it up to this point and not make it such a sharp curve out. Let me see if I have a different color chalk so you can see what I'm talking about. I shall be back. Maybe not. I'm gonna have to order me another box of chalks because I keep hiding them from myself. Oh, here's a blue. Here's an orange. So you can see what I'm talking about. So instead of making it such a curve, and where's my, I'm gonna get my design curve ruler. That's gonna help me with this. Okay. I hate the fact that this is all those seams in here make it a little bit difficult to do what I need to do. Okay. So I don't know if you can see it right here. It don't seem like a lot of difference, but that was the seam that I just stitched right in here, or is that the original seam? Actually, I stopped right back here on the second seam, but I needed to go up a little bit further in order to smooth it out so it's not so rounded. I call those ears. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to follow this line and just kind of smooth that in and bring that back out. Now the inside, I needed to go up a little bit further. So I don't know if you could tell on when I put these pants on, there's a little piece right at the crotch seam where it was a little bit bagginess right in here. So I stopped my new seam. See how I curved out right in here? Just created a curve. But I need to, instead of creating that curve going back in like that, I need to blend it back in a little bit smoother than that. And then that's going to allow that excess fabric not to be there. So I'm just going to take this up to the seam. And again, a little bit goes a long way to take that out. Okay, so, all right, so I don't know if you can see that. So I stopped right here, and that's just shy of the crotch seam. This is the crotch seam here. So by me, instead of doing a sharp curve out like that, I'm just going to blend it back in up to the crotch seam, and that's going to eliminate that excess right there right there between the legs. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and make these same adjustments to the other leg so I can go ahead and cut out the excess fabric that I need to cut out. So I'm just going to flip this over like this, and I'm just going to mark where it needs to. Let's mark where I need to make my adjustments at. All right, got that side. And I'm going to do the same thing over here on this leg. And hopefully I won't have to make the adjustments down the back seam. It seemed like it was a lot of excess fabric on this particular pattern on the back seam. If I have to make adjustments to the back seam for now on this wearable muslin, I'm going to add a pin tuck down the back, which means I'm going to stitch a seam down the back. Might be a little bit too much to do a pin tuck, but we'll see. I'm going to see how it falls once I open that extra seam up. Cut out that excess fabric, I mean. I'm just duplicating the markings from that one leg onto this one. I'll go over here and stitch it up. And see what it gets me. This is the fun about sewing. You get to go in and make your adjustments how you need to. All right, so I'm just following the lines that I just marked to make it a little bit more visible for me. All right, so I don't know if you can see it now. There's a little bit smoother transition instead of just a sharp curve. There's a smoother transition from the hip area down the thigh, right at the knee, and then it bails out towards the hem. So now I'm going to go and sew this other side up. I'm going to make the corrections on the one leg, sew the other side up, and then I'll try it on again to see where we are. All right. Sorry, I had a call coming in. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for the likes, and thank you for responding to my poll to let me know what the sound is like. All right, so now I don't recommend sewing from the bottom up. Whatever direction you sew in the beginning, sew the same way, but the way I marked it, I'm going to have to do it this way. I'm going to baste it in place for now. And then, so I can see, I already know the fit part of it's going to be fine if I cut this out, but I didn't want to cut out the excess on the other one before I marked the second leg, because then I wouldn't know how much I needed to take up because I cut off the excess. That makes sense. So when I marked it, it's good. All right, now let me go into the inner leg of this one. Go ahead and stitch it down. See, this is the part a lot of times that you don't get to see when we make our garments and everything comes out looking beautiful. It looked like it didn't take us but 5 minutes to make the garment, but you don't get to see all of the adjustments that we have to make, all of the mess ups and the recuts and the redos and stuff like that. You don't get to see all of that. So you think everything is perfect, our fit is on point, we get it right every time. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, I have to make adjustments every single time. Like I have to always check my fit. How about you? Your fit something that you have to. Now, if you make them, not a wearable muslin, but if you make like a T&T pattern or tried and true, once you do get the fit right, so like once I get this fit right on here, then I'm going to transfer these same markings to the pattern. So if I make this again, my thread just ran out. If I make this again, all I have to do is just cut the pattern out. That's my tried and true. I've worked the kinks out. The fit is just like I like it, unless you lose or gain a substantial amount of weight and your shape changes or your size change, then of course you need to make the adjustments. I'm going to use this color instead. going to use a neutral color. Then, of course, you have to check your fit. So I'm always checking my fit before I sew something. I don't always assume that it's the same. I don't know if you guys are talking, but if you are, it's okay. If not, that's okay too. All right. All right, so let's get this leg straight. This is the original one where I had to go back and make the adjustments. And I am going to go in here and cut out all of the excess fabric in here so it'll lay smooth. But yeah, don't be afraid. I know it takes an extra amount of time to create a muslin to make sure you get the fit right. But don't be afraid to take a little bit longer and sew extra. I know we want to get it done. We want to see a garment right now. But what's worse is creating something fast and it don't fit. And then you're frustrated. It's better to take the extra step, the extra time, and get it right. Yeah, I'm definitely one. I want to get it done now. Like I'm always sewing at the last minute for myself. Because I'm so busy sewing for other people that I'm always at crunch time when I'm sewing for myself. I know I'm the only one that do that, right? I'm the only one that sews like that. All right, so now I'm going to go in, now that I've made the adjustments to both the inseam. Did I do this one also? Okay. All right, so I'm going to go in and cut that excess fabric out here. I'll leave myself about a 5/8 inch seam allowance. That'll be good enough to allow it to curve like it's supposed to curve. Now, what I just did there, I did not make the adjustments on the pattern like I just said I would, but I'll do another one. I'll just go back and do it. I should have transferred, before I cut this out, should have transferred the markings onto the pattern first. It's okay. Kind of know what I want to do. All right. I would highly recommend, if you do this, go ahead and transfer your markings from your adjustments on your pattern before you trim any excess out. Okay. All right, I'm going to take this one other step and I'm going to go ahead and press these pants out. Press the seams out so it'll lay flat, and then I'm going to put these on. So you can see. All right, so I'm over here. This is my little quick ironing station. Just gonna make sure this flares out like it needs it to. I don't have my big ironing board up right now. I took it down just for the sake of space in this present moment. Oops. think that was my blocker. So I just want to do this real quick so I can see how the pants are going to stand out. All right, let me do the other leg. Then we can see if it's going to give me the look I want. So I just want a bell-bottom pants. All right, and let me do the inseam, and then I'm going to try it on again so we can see what it looks like. And again, y'all, this is a wearable muslin, but if it looks like I want it to look, then I'm going to wear it. All right. All right. Give me a second. Turn y'all that way so you can't see me put my clothes on. And I've got threads all over my little jumpsuit, my little summer dress. Okay, y'all, I think this is going to be, oh yeah, much better. I probably can come in the inseam just a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, just a little bit too much in the inseam, and I think it's coming from the back side. I probably didn't need as much back there as I fitted for. All right. So I'm going to turn these around so you guys can see what they look like. All right. So you can see them bail out a little bit more. And I don't have them pressed like flat. If I have them pressed flat with a crease in the front, they will bail out a little bit different. But that's more or less what I was looking for. So, and with the vest on, I think they're going to be just right. And I don't need to, thought I was going to need to take some of this out in the back, but I won't. Let me take one more look. Really can't tell. It's a little bit excess in the crotch area. So I may go in and take a little bit more out of the crotch. See, I don't know if you can see right in there. This is just a little bit too much for my liking right in there. So I'm going to take a little bit out of the crotch area there. But otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, I think it's going to be fine. Tell me what you think. Yay or nay? I may not want to hear what you have to think, but tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. All right. All right, so I'm going to work on these, finish doing this. I have to put the, I think I'm going to have to do the, no, actually, okay, no, I don't have to worry about that. So now I just need to put the waistband on. These are high waist pants. They might be a little bit higher than I probably would like because it feels like my waist is up to here. Feels like my waist is all the way up here. I usually like my pants to stop about right here. So it's a little bit higher than I probably would like them to be. So to add a waistband on here, it's going to be a little bit much. So I might do a hidden waistband. I'm not sure because you've got the fly front up here. So I have to figure that part out. It's already a short. Yeah, probably could have decreased that. Probably could have moved that fly front down probably about 2 inches to about right here. Right, it's right here. So probably could have moved that down, drop this whole waist down a couple of inches. But those are things that we have to figure out when we are making the adjustments. So I'll remember that. I'll make these notes on the pattern when I'm making the adjustment. I don't know if I can get the zipper off. Because I did not have to lengthen the crotch. The crotch length was the same, but I guess where the zipper falls, I should have paid a little bit more attention to that. All right. Okay. So I'm good with that. So now I just got to do the waistband part. I don't want to be too cropped. So I'll probably hem it maybe about 5/8 of an inch and top stitch it. Add the waistband to it. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go in real quick and take in the crotch seam maybe about a 1/2 of an inch, maybe even 5/8 of an inch. Now I don't want to create myself a wedgie or anything like that or camel toe. So I'm gonna have to be really careful in how I make that adjustment in the crotch area. So, but I'm gonna open this up and I'm gonna open this up here. Right in the crotch. This is one of the things that most people have issues with when it comes to sewing clothes, and that's creating the perfect pair of pants. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. All right, so I had to add a lot to the back crotch for my hips. So I may not need it to have added as much as it said, because depending on how much, how these pants were fitting. So I don't know if you can see, this was the back crotch. So I had to add a lot in. I think I added maybe about 2 inches to the crotch. So because of the way this is coming out here and the way it's fitting on me, I may just try to take some of that out of the back crotch length. Here, let me grab my razor blade. I like to work with my razor blade as opposed to a seam ripper to get that out just right. Okay, where's the back? Okay. Okay, this is the back here. Just going to open this up a little bit. And see if I take some of that excess out of the back crotch, if that's going to make the adjustment like I need it to. Okay. Let me know where you all are watching from. I know there's different ones that are coming in. So if you would, just type in the comments where you're watching from, if you are able to. I know some of you are watching from work. So I am Let's see. Bring this down a little bit more. Okay, that's the back. I'm probably going to take maybe about, what did I say, about 5/8 of an inch out. Okay. Okay. Add that seam allowance to that side. It may not seem like a lot, but it is going to be quite a bit. And see, there's that, see that little seam right there, that little stitch right there. Get that out of the way, because that's just creating bulk right there. That could have been some of the reason, some of the issue too. That stitch down seam, creating extra bulk right there. All right. So I'm going to bring that over just like that. And so it's going to take about that much out of that seam. I think I need to bring this down a little bit more. We'll just see. My stomach growling. All right. All right, so do the same thing on this side. Take out about 5/8 of an inch. About that much. And I'm going to get that seam there. And I'll try back on again to see if that helped in the crotch area. You don't want too much in the crotch area, because then it looks like you got a little extra stuff going on down there that don't need to be going on down there. And then if you take it up too much, then you get camel toe. So let's start with a little bit at a time and then move from there to see what we need to do. Okay. All right. All right, so I'm just going to go in. Now, I'm thinking I just need to do the back. It could have been that I needed to do both the back and the front, but this is why we base this in, to see. But hopefully this is going to be my answer. I might end up decide I don't even like the pants. That's happened too. I get in, I'm like, nah, you know what? I really don't even like the way this looks. How many of you done that? Did all the work and everything, and then you decided, I said, I think my biggest thing is I probably shouldn't have used this patchwork because of all of the patchwork denim in here. All right, so I'm gonna open this flat so I can make sure it's not too bulky. All right, so that crotch seam back together. All right, I'm gonna try this one more time and see how it goes from there. You guys might not be able to tell it, but I can tell the fit of it. Should have had a little t-shirt on or something, so I don't have to worry about this dress flapping in the way. Okay, no. Okay, so no, I think that really didn't solve the front crotch. So I have to go back in because it still feels the same. So I'm going to have to go in and take both the front and the back crotch up because it's still doing it. So, and I don't know if you could see what I'm talking about, y'all. And I'm not really trying to be vulgar or anything like that, but you can see right in here. So I did take it up in here. I took the back crotch seam in, but it's still, can you see right there? So now I'm just going to go in and take that in all together right in there. And I think if I do both, it'll be fine. So I'm going to just go in and take both the seams. Go back in and take both of those out in there. That way that'll lay smooth right in there because I don't need, let me see if it's both sides. It really seems to be just the one side that's doing it. I don't know what that is. It seems like just the one leg that's doing it. But and it could be because of the patchwork stuff that's going on in there. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna try it one more time and take these off. See if I can get this working like I want it to. That's why I always tell people, yo, sewing is not just sewing. It's not just sew up a quick pair of pants and you got you something going on. It's fitting is the biggest part of sewing. Fitting is the biggest issue. Yeah, the sewing, the stitching up is not always the hard part, but it's getting it fitted. You guys, are you able to? Yeah, I really don't know if you guys are trying to make comments or if you were making comments and I can see, but if you are making comments, I cannot see you. Cannot see your comments. Here. Okay. All right. All right, I'm gonna open this up one more time. And like I said, it really seemed like it was just that one side. So I'm not sure why. It could be the way the patches are sewn together that's making it do it. Open this up one more time. Let's see which side. You know, it seemed like it was more taken out of this side than the other. Interesting. All right, just open this back up. And I'm just going to join them back together where it was. And just go in and take both seams up together. And see how that does. So I put it back to its original state, and I'm still going to take the 5/8 of an inch out. And see if that's going to change things for me. But either way, we're going to keep moving, keep going at it, and make sure we get it right. All right, and I think I'm just a little bit over an hour. I didn't want to spend more than an hour on here, so this is going to be my last test fit to see how it's doing, and then I'm going to call it quits for now. To make sure I'm doing 5/8 of an inch. Let me know in the comments later what your struggles are with fitting. If you've ever tried to make pants, if you have issues, or what your struggles are. And did your struggles allow you to stop sewing? Or did you keep going? Let me know. 'Cause sometimes these things will cause somebody to not want to sew anymore. I've heard different people, I just can't get it right, so I just don't even bother. Got frustrated and put it all up. There is a lot of patchwork going on up in this crotch area. Like, it's really bulky right there. So it could be some of the reason why it's causing the fit the way it is. But we're gonna figure it out. I might have to do another muslin from another fabric. But if I can get these to do what I need it to do, it'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna try these one more time, and then we're gonna see. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I figure all this out. It's not that often that I get to sew for myself, but these are usually the steps that I would take for anybody that I sew for. I don't do a lot of pants because that's not my genre, that's not my area of expertise. When I say that, I'm usually making bridal gowns, formal wear. So fit issues are definitely different. Oh my gosh. Yes. so much better. All right, can y'all tell I'm happier? All right, yeah, so much better, y'all. I just needed to take both the front and the back up. All right, so can you see right in there? A lot different. Yeah, much better fit. So yeah, I am happier with that. That's livable. I can do that. The only thing that I'm a little bothered by is how high the waistband is. I would, on this pair of pants, I know it says there's a high, I think it marks it as a high waist pair of pants. Let's see. Do you see? All right, so semi-fitted high rise pants have flared legs, so they're high rise. I mean, they're high. So I don't want, next time I would cut this down. Like I said, I would probably drop the fly front down for me a couple of inches to about right here. Like it stops here on me. And I would probably drop it down to about here on me, making this a zipper opening a lot longer. But now if I cut this zipper open, now I could do one or two things. I could take the fly front out and I can add like a invisible zipper in there. I could do that and or just sew the front up all together and add a side invisible zipper. I could do that. And that way I can go ahead and cut the waistband down just on this particular pair of pants. But going forward, if I make this pair of pants again, or I will pay attention to where the fly front is and I would drop it down a little bit so it gives me a little bit longer zipper tape zipper opening here. But definitely right here is where my waist is. So that right there is almost waistband width right there. So it's a little bit longer on me. But so yeah, I probably but those are the extra adjustments that I will make after, figuring all this out. Just lower the waistband and lower the zipper front, the fly front. But outside of that, I am happy with the outcome of this now. I'm good. That feels much better. And I'm happy with the cut of the leg. Now, the only thing I noticed I already have a big butt, derriere, whatever you want to call it. I want to get banned on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. But the way the patchwork pieces are going, it looks like it's pulling my pants down. But you can see I made the adjustments for my body type. Because like I said, I have a full butt. So what happens is if I don't make the adjustments, my butt pulls the top of the pants down. And so it's always gaping. So I had to give myself room to cover this area here. And that's what I did. But on this pattern, the patchwork, it looks like the patchworks are going down. So, but anyway, maybe patchwork is not for me. All right. But anyway, that is my fit adjustments for this particular pair of pants. So I'm going to move forward with doing the waistband. I'm going to figure out the whole waistband situation, whether I want to close up the front, take the fly front zipper out, close it up and add a side seam zipper so that I can lower that, because I'm going to be aggravated by high, like my waistband will be up to here if I kept it where it is. I don't want that. All right, so I'll let you all know where it's going to be, what I'm going to do. I'll keep you posted, but I will keep working. But anyway, I've been on a little bit longer than I wanted to. Love y'all to life. I can't promise you when I'm coming back in. I just pop up. So just keep watching my channel, watch the replays, and let me know what you think. All right. I love y'all to life. Blessings and peace. Y'all have a great day. Okay.